It's another pivotal weekend of Big Ten lacrosse here in Baltimore. Hello, everybody. High atop of Homewood Field, Matt Lawrence with you for another edition of the Johns Hopkins Lacrosse pregame show. The Blue Jays and Rutgers Scarlet Knights about 90 minutes away from opening faceoff here in Baltimore. Watch that game live on ESPN3. Before we get going on today's Fan Appreciation pregame show, I want to remind everybody that today's show is brought to you by our partners at Lacrosse Unlimited. Lacrosse Unlimited is committed to becoming the largest, most recognized name in the sport of lacrosse through unparalleled customer service and a relentless pursuit of innovative products. Visit one of their 44 store locations nationwide or on the web at www.lacrosseunlimited.com. As we look ahead to this afternoon's matchup, head coach Peter Milliman picked up his first career win at Homewood Field last weekend when the Blue Jays used a 10-0 run to rout the Penn State Nittany Lions by a score of 13-6. Senior Connor DeSimone continued to shine for Johns Hopkins, netting 4 goals and an assist to lead the Blue Jay attack, while Cole Williams, Joey Epstein, and Garrett Degnan each tallied a pair of goals. They'll face a Rutgers team coming off of its first loss of the season after falling last weekend at the hands of Maryland 19-12 in College Park. Graduate student Adam Charlambides heads an experienced and veteran Scarlet Knight squad. His 16 points on the year are tied for the most in the Big Ten, while redshirt senior Kieran Mullins ranks second in the conference with 11 goals to this point in the season. Lehigh graduate transfer Colin Kirst tops the Big Ten with 51 saves on the year and second in save percentage at 51.5%. Saturday marks the 41st all-time meeting between Johns Hopkins and Rutgers, with the Blue Jays leading the all-time series 34-6. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two sides have been decided by 2 goals or less, including the 2018 Easter Sunday night thriller where Kyle Marr scored with less than 15 seconds to play to give Johns Hopkins a 13-12 win. Fans, before we get into today's programming on Fan Appreciation Day, it's now time for our Miss Shirley's Trivia Question of the Day. For those that have watched this show before, the way this will work, I'll ask the question here on the pregame show. You must go on Twitter and tweet at JHU Men's Lacrosse the answer to today's trivia question for an opportunity to win a $25 gift card to Miss Shirley's. Today's question, pretty straightforward. When was the first time Johns Hopkins and Rutgers met on the lacrosse field? I mentioned it's the 41st meeting all-time between Johns Hopkins and Rutgers. When was the first time that the Scarlet Knights and Blue Jays opposed each other on the lacrosse field? 41st meeting all time. When was the first time that they played against each other? I'll give you a little hint. If you check out the game notes for this week, it will be on there. Go to hopkinsports.com, check out this week's game notes, and you'll get the answer to today's trivia question. While we loved being able to welcome back our family members here to Homewood Field for last week's game, we're eagerly awaiting the opportunity to welcome back the rest of our fans here to Homewood Field. It's you guys, the fans, that makes Hopkins Lacrosse what it is, and it's what makes Homewood Field the best venue in the country for a college lacrosse game. Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to hear stories from some of our longtime supporters about what Blue Jay lacrosse means to them, when they became a fan of Hopkins, and why they keep coming back after all these years. Thank you in advance to all of the fans that sent in their videos this week. Before we get to those on the other side of this break, we're at the midway point of the season, so let's take a look back at the top 5 plays so far of 2021. You're watching the Fan Appreciation pregame show presented by Lacrosse Unlimited.
Johns Hopkins Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of Hopkins Lacrosse. We have served the financial needs of the Hopkins community since 1971. Visit us on the web at jhfcu.org for more information. Go Jays!
That ride share you took to the interview, it's rented. That sofa you sat on while you got your dream job, it's rented too. What you own are your opportunities. Court, furniture on your terms.
As we hit the midway point of the season, let's take a look now at the top 5 plays and moments so far in the 2021 season. We start at number 5 and go back to the February 27th meeting between Johns Hopkins and Michigan. The Blue Jays fell behind 2-0 early, but then it was the Joey Epstein show from that point on. In the words of LeBron James, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 goals for Big Toe Joe to lead the Jays to a 14-7 win. And just look at that sequence. I promise you're not seeing the same goal over and over and over and over again. At number 4, we're going to go back to the third quarter of last week's win over Penn State and give some love to the defense this time. We pick things up early in the second half where Connor Delaney starts this fast break with a beautiful check from behind on Penn State's Jack Kelly to force the turnover. You can see in the bottom right part of your screen, John Grant Jr. holding his hands up, telling his guys to slow it down, but Brendan Grimes had other thoughts. His crossfield pass to Delaney, who then finds Joey Epstein to the left side where he bangs it home to push the Blue Jay lead to 8-3. Later in the quarter, Hopkins leading 12-3 at this point. It's Owen McManus deflecting away the pass from Jack Kelly. Freshman Patrick Deans is there to pick up the ground ball and starts the fast break with an outlet pass out towards midfield. Jared Reinson picks it up, feeds it over to Epstein, and then DeSimone coming from behind the goal to bang it home for his 4th of the day. That capped a 10-0 Blue Jay run. To our number 3 play, we go to College Park and the rivalry. This second quarter Connor DeSimone goal speaks for itself. With the shot clock running down, DeSimone bullies his way to the crease, and despite 3 Terp defenders around him, he's somehow able to use one arm and tomahawk the shot past the Maryland goalie. And a little Kyle Marr-esque fist pump from Connor for good measure to top it off. We stay in College Park for play number 2 and a guy that is no stranger to buzzer beaters. Game clock ticking down at the end of the first quarter, Joey Epstein slings this crossfield pass to Connor Delaney. And without breaking stride, Delaney rifles it past Logan McNaney from 15 yards out for his first career goal. Take another look. The perfect pass from Epstein. And just like he does on the basketball court, Delaney fills it up from deep. And our top moment from the first half of this 2021 Hopkins men's lacrosse campaign, we once again go back a week ago to the third quarter run against the Nittany Lions. First, it's Matt Naruski kicking off the play with his 10th consecutive face-off win. With numbers the other way, it's Delaney feeding over to junior Alexander Mabbitt, who thinks about it. And in the words of Bill Raftery circa 1988, send it in, Jerome, as he rifles it past Colby Knies for his first goal of the season. The ensuing celebration was worthy enough of the number 1 spot. And there you have it, fans, the top 5 plays so far of the 2021 season. We'll step aside for a moment. On the other side of the break, stories from you, the fans, on today's Fan Appreciation Show presented by Lacrosse Unlimited.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap its whole self around you, make you forget who you are. But you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fog, through the unknown. There's only one way.
We are a team. We are a unit. We are a family. No, literally. We are a suburban family of football fans. That's our neighbor. Hi, Bob. And that's the inflatable screen we forgot to properly secure.
Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
He needs surgery in the next 10 days.
Felt the shooting pain in my knee. Oh, I don't know what I did, but I did something. I stepped off to the side again and it buckled.
The plan is to get you to run again. The plan is to get you back to where you were. We can fix this.
To know that I could be back out there.
You know, I'm way better now than I was pre-surgery.
Welcome to Johns Hopkins. Dropping the ball on maintaining your health? Johns Hopkins Medical Imaging is here to help. With locations close to home or work, we make receiving Johns Hopkins quality imaging comfortable, easy, and stress-free. Whether you need a quick x-ray, a routine mammogram, or a diagnostic scan, our highly trained experts are committed to ensuring that you get the most accurate reading when it matters most. We offer a full range of medical imaging services and use the most advanced imaging equipment and technology. Make Johns Hopkins Medical Imaging your imaging facility of choice.
Most schools, football is the big sport, or basketball. Lacrosse is another sport. Here, lacrosse has been the dominant sport, and as such, the band traveled everywhere. Most other schools don't bring a band along. So most of the away games we went to, we might see another band. Here, I can probably count on one hand in the last 50 years the number of times the other schools brought a band.
I knew how to read music, and they needed a percussionist. So now, 40 some odd years, 45, 46 years later, I am still playing and enjoying both the camaraderie, the spirit, the excitement of being there. We call it merriment and mayhem from the band.
We sort of became unique, and when the game started being televised, this became a lot more prominent, especially having connections with some of the announcers, that we seem to be singled out now as the best band in college lacrosse, or as certain people would say, the best band in college sports. That group has always been here. It's always been supporting the teams, and this is something unique to Hopkins, probably because of the same way that lacrosse is unique to Hopkins.
Band members are recruited first, when they first come in as freshmen, they have all those wonderful fairs that the kids, can go around and see what kind of groups and organizations are here on campus. We also now have some Peabody students who are coming and playing with us, which has been really unique. We haven't had that many from Peabody before, but we're not your typical group. We're laid back, we're a lot of fun, and we exude excitement and fun also at the games.
Hopkins lacrosse is a family tradition. Every year, homecoming, games throughout the season, we have the kids and the grandkids here, and it is great for us to be able to do that and experience it with them.
You pick up the telephone call and you call somebody and you have to hit 5 different responses and beg to talk to somebody on the phone. Over the past few weeks, I've emailed Jake as well as Jen, even texted Jen. I get responses. You get what you pay for.
It's almost like, especially with the season ticket holders, you become a family. When you're there at the game, you're like, oh, so-and-so's here. You see people coming in. You spend every weekend with them. It's a family feel just amongst the fans themselves.
I love when they ask us, oh, well, you parents? Oh, no, any of the players. Have you gone here?
They're all ours.
Yeah, that's what she says. Well, we kind of think that they're all ours. Well, have you gone here? No. Well, what's your connection? And it's kind of like, lacrosse. I mean, you like to watch it, you like to play it, and if you're going to watch it, even on the worst day, when we've been season ticket holders this long, we have so much invested, it can be a loss. But you know what? Still have fun. There's very few things that families, I think, today have in common where they can always do things together, and Hopkins has been it. You can take your kids there. It's a fun time, and it's just something that we look forward to.
My first game was actually 1984. I asked my dad to bring me to a lacrosse game for my birthday, which was in February. So he worked a lot, but he chose to come in May, and he brought me here. We actually walked from Govins all the way to Homewood. So it was a long walk. We came in, and I fell in love. It was the atmosphere, the people. We actually sat right across on the other side because they won a national championship in 1978. And he said, "Hey, that's the year you were born." I was like, "Can we sit over there?" And after the game was over, came down, and a bunch of the guys were coming off the field, and I asked my dad if I can get a high five, and he said, "Well, if they'll do it," and got a high five, and that was it. I was done. I asked him every week if I could come back, but obviously it was sparingly back then. This is truly my spring family. I mean, I've known them for years. Shannon and Jason were season ticket holders forever before they moved to Texas. I actually went to Texas to visit them because we still have that Hopkins connection. The people that sit around me are in sync with me. They're my summer family, and we all have a common purpose and a common goal, and that's to cheer as hard as we possibly can for our team. So it becomes a marriage. It becomes a marriage not only with these people you see every week, but of course with the team and everyone else affiliated. Not only is Johns Hopkins and Homewood Field the mecca of lacrosse, but the history here is unparalleled with anyone else. The atmosphere, the people that you meet. If you see someone in passing and you don't know what's going on, believe me, we have the most knowledgeable fans on the planet here. The rivalries, the games that you get to see every week here is unmatched anywhere else in the country. We need more super fans. We need more people locally that care about lacrosse to come and yell and scream. And this is the ultimate place to see a lacrosse game. There's nowhere else in the country like Homewood Field.
Hello, my name is Patrick Russell. I'm a 1989 graduate of Johns Hopkins University, and I was a member of the Blue Jay lacrosse team from 1986 to 1989.
Hey there, my name is Rob Feigley. I'm a Baltimore native and a Johns Hopkins University grad, class of 1995.
My name's Rebecca Scholes, and I've been a Blue Jay fan since 1966.
My name is Bob Scholes, and I've been a Blue Jay fan since the early 70s when I attended Hopkins.
Hi, my name is Keith Hyde, and I've been a diehard Blue Jay fan since 1979 when I saw my first Blue Jay lacrosse game.
Hello, my fellow Hopkins Blue Jay friends and families. I became a Hopkins fan growing up in South Baltimore.
I first became a Johns Hopkins lacrosse fan when I was a youth, probably around the age of 6 or 7.
I would say my Hopkins lacrosse fandom started in 8th grade. I was 1987, the great national championship team.
My Uncle Bob, who was a student at the time, took me to the game. I'll never forget it. It was a game against Army, and I had never seen anything like it.
And I would say the seminal moment for me to be a Blue Jay fan was 1977. Hopkins played Maryland at Byrd Stadium. It was a double overtime thriller. Hopkins won. Some of the legends in the game, like Dave Huntley, Mike Federico, Mark Greenberg, all played for the Jays.
One of the greatest is being able to play on a lacrosse team which had several Hopkins Blue Jay lacrosse legends. My friend Henry Ciccarone, Jerry Schmidt, and of course Coach Bob Scott.
My Uncle Bob and I went to numerous games over the next couple of years, including the 1983 championship loss to Syracuse at Rutgers University.
My favorite moment in Blue Jay history is Benson Irwin's goal in the 2005 semifinals.
My favorite moment at Homewood Field is when I proposed to my wife. My favorite moment in Hopkins lacrosse history was Jake Burns' tying goal in that same game.
As a player, my teammates, particularly those in my class, we are still tight today. We're close, we text each other, we call each other, we try to get together as much as possible, and we're vested in today's team just like we're fans.
After graduating in '62, I played for the University Club in Baltimore with a number of Hopkins graduates and Blue Jays. One very special one being Jimmy Greenwood, who we lost this year.
Being able to take my youngest son up to Homewood after the lacrosse season to meet Brandon Ben.
And that moment in 1977 in front of a packed audience on a sunny spring day was probably what got me truly interested in Hopkins lacrosse.
And man, I just love the atmosphere and giving it everything I got. The band, the We Want More.
Meant a lot to me, meant a lot to my son, and just so many great Blue Jay memories. Blue Jays will always be #1 in my heart, no matter where I am. Go Jays.
Go Jays.
Go Jays.
Go Hop. We Want More.
I look forward to my continued support of Hopkins Blue Jays. And by the way, write this down now. Hopkins 15, Rutgers 11.
Stick 'em Jays, go Hop.
All right, fans, now time for the Shaw Sports Turf weather report of the day. Shaw Sports Turf is the official synthetic turf provider here at Johns Hopkins. Shaw Sports Turf, more than a field. Don't mind the wind in the background. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Baltimore for lacrosse. Another picture-perfect afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Wind should die down by game time at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly sunny here in Baltimore. So another great afternoon for lacrosse from Homewood Field. We're going to step aside one more time. When we return, we wrap up live from Baltimore. Blue Jays and Scarlet Knights coming up at 1 o'clock on ESPN3. You're watching the Fan Appreciation Pregame Show presented by Lacrosse Unlimited.
Whether we're students, faculty, or staff, the JHU Social Compact is a way to keep all of us safe. You can read the whole thing by going here. As a community, we're committed to keeping an eye on our own health, reporting symptoms, covering our faces, indoors, outdoors, wherever we can, keeping our hands clean. Simple soap and water go a long way. Getting a green pass from the Pro Density app every time we head to Hopkins, and doing our part to stop the spread by testing, contact tracing, and self-isolation when it's needed. Now, there's a whole lot more to the compact that we can't cover here. So, to get a closer look, head to our COVID info site, covidinfo.jhu.edu/compact. JH needs you. Together, let's keep each other safe.
Welcome back, everybody. Live from Homewood Field, Matt Lawrence with you as we wrap up our Fan Appreciation Day here in Baltimore. Big shout out to everybody who sent in videos for us for today's programming. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed today's show, our last one for a couple weeks, as the Blue Jays will be back out on the road the next 2 weekends. Next weekend, Johns Hopkins and Penn State, a Sunday afternoon matchup. I'm going to give you our trivia answer. Unfortunately, we did not have anybody submit an answer on Twitter, so you guys are slacking a little bit. We've had winners each of the last 2 weeks. Nobody sent in an answer today. The answer to the Miss Shirley's trivia question, 1920, the first time Johns Hopkins and Rutgers faced each other on the lacrosse field. 41st meeting between the two programs coming up this afternoon. They met for the first time 101 years ago. That was a 13-0 Johns Hopkins win. They lead the all-time series 35-6. I should say 34-6 with the 41st matchup coming up this afternoon. Should be a great one from Homewood Field. We hope you enjoyed today's Fan Appreciation Day. We miss all of you so much. We cannot wait for you to be back here at Homewood Field with us, and we can fill up these bleachers for the best atmosphere in college lacrosse. Blue Jays and Scarlet Knights, 60 minutes away from opening face-off from Baltimore. Enjoy the game today on ESPN3. March Madness, all kinds of action on your televisions this afternoon, but be sure to tune in to watch the Blue Jays